Haycock 45 here. Happen to have the full size PDP from Walther, which is a pretty decent pistol, right? If you watched the video on the compact version, you might have gathered that. But this is full size, and I wanted to run it through its paces and let you know what I think about it and do a little comparison. We won't rehash everything maybe we talked about in the first video. I'll link to the first video, because the biggest difference between the full size and the compact you saw us do is the size of the grip. In fact, that's the only difference, right? Yeah, it held a flush magazine, 15 rounder. This one holds a flush magazine that says 18 rounds. I've got 17 in it. The 18th one is tough to get in, okay, at least on one of these mags. So yeah, it's supposed to be an 18 round magazine. And so if you need 18 rounds and you need a bigger grip and you like the Walther PDP, this might be the firearm for you, okay? Let's see if it shoots. Let's just do that right off the bat. So this is the Walther PDP. Like I said, it really is a pretty decent pistol. Yeah. Look at that cowboy. I'm right in the center. Let's see if we can put another one in the center. Oh, got him in the leg almost. Let's try this one on the gong. I didn't hear it too well a couple of times. Look at that little red plate. He never gets shot. Oh man. You know, the thing is, this one has just as good a trigger as the compact did. And yes, it still does, right? Does. And that's one of the most distinguishing features, most noticeable features, I think, of the Walther, well, the PPQ and the PDP, because it is a wonderful trigger, as I talked about. I'll just rehash a little bit of what I talked about in the other one, but the trigger as a light, I mean, getting back to the wall is real easy, and then it's very discerning. You know when you're at the wall, and then the reset is really short, okay? I've noticed in just some rapid fire, or whatever you might call it, it's just really noticeable over, I don't know, maybe any polymer pistol I'm aware of. Just very noticeable when you're trying to shoot fast and not release the trigger all the way, you know, like Rob Leatham does. It's just really, you're right on there. You don't have to release much at all, and you can fire that thing again. It's pretty cool. In fact, it reminds me, I want to shoot it again. It's so much fun to shoot. I'm gonna go here and smoke some pot, and yeah, get in the mood early. You know what? I've ever done this before. What if I could hit a tree limb through that pot? Take out the pot and the tree limb together. Yeah, wouldn't do it. Uh-oh. Oh, let's smoke that other knife. Ah, good shooter. Good shooter. Boom. Yeah. I could learn to like these things. There's no doubt about it. There. Wow. And again, the trigger is so good that let John show you that while I walk around and get the loader here. Got out of pocket. But the trigger is so good that, again, it's almost a target trigger. It's such a nice, clean, light break that if you don't trust yourself with a light trigger, an easy trigger, you might not want one of these. Okay, or there are people, legitimate opinions from trainers, people who do this for a living, well, I guess we do it for a living, but people who actually train people for a living and are professional trainers that would advocate for maybe a little heavier trigger. You know, I'm not sure. The verdict's out on that with me. I'm not sure. I like a good trigger. And if you got the finger discipline, trigger discipline, and you don't go off half cocked, and you know, I don't know, it should be okay. but it is a light trigger. You're under stress. You'd want to be aware of that. And a very nice trigger. It's a wonderful trigger. Yeah, man, we appreciate this ammo because I won't overshoot, but I do want to shoot a little bit of it. So yeah, this firearm they retail for about $650. Both sizes. The slides are all interchangeable. This full size also has a 4-inch slide on it and barrel, the same that the compact had. So it's the same slide configuration. You can get, I think, a 4.5-inch slide, maybe even a 5, but now I don't know. And just a pretty nice pistol, a little thick. I'm not sure if I'm not sure how much fondness or love I could develop for it because of the thickness of the slide. It's not heavy necessarily. It weighs about the same as the Glock 17 or 19, but it is thick. I got my holster out, this do-all, because it's the only holster I have they'll fit in, and they're pretty stiff, tough to get in there, and a Glock 20 or 21 goes in there okay. So it's a thick slide. Let me show you again. Here, I've got a couple of similar pistols. I've got the full size, or the 509 FN out here. Similar configuration because they both have the full grip and a shorter slide on them. Okay, looks like the FN 509 has just a slightly shorter slide. They're about the same on the barrel length. And put this mag in. And, you can see they're very, very close. Okay, and yeah, I was going to do a little, let's get there we are, clear, yeah. Put the calipers on here. I always get these out. Again, I've got a better pair of these, but I couldn't, I don't know where they are. They're buried somewhere. Okay, so that's the Walther, and here's the FN 509. You see, same width there. So you see the gap there. And the 509 is no small pistol necessarily. Here's put them on the Glock 17. You see even more space, I guess, there. So there's a lot of metal and a lot of width, in this slide. Again, because of these serrations that actually protrude, that's where a lot of that thickness comes from, and they're cut out dramatically, just like the box, right? That reminds you of anything? And so you don't necessarily pick up a ton of weight. That's the good news. So if you have a holster, and I'm not sure who all has them out there by now, but if you got a holster this pops into, clicks into, it fits just fine. You're not dealing with a heavier gun, you're just dealing with a thicker gun. If it's an outside the waistband holster, I guess you're really not going to notice that much. Maybe if you're going for an inside the waistband holster, it might, yeah, you would notice it more, put it that way, because it is thicker. Okay, so thickness, then this is definitely clear. Let me show you the front of these just to show you the difference too. This is the FN 509, and these are both clear as you saw. So you can even tell there from the front. You just got, on the left is the Walther, so you can see you just got a thicker slide. Okay, it's a big old gun in the slide. But man, it's great, as I said about the compact. When you pick that thing up, you can rack that slide. Your fingers, excuse me, I'm in Tennessee. Your fingers are not going to slide off that thing unless you've got them greased up or something. Okay, you mean eating too much chicken or something, and whatever, got lard on your fingers. So pretty cool. Can I shoot it again? I'll link, like I say, to the other video of the compact, and there's things I'm sure, like the sights are Glock compatible. You might recognize that front sight. The rear sight's adjustable, and they all come with the plate. You can take it off. There's a coupon in the case, like a code you can scan, and you can get yourself a plate for whatever red dot you want. Okay, and I think they've got plates for just about everything out there. So those are very popular these days. And when I get old, 50 or above, maybe above 50 years of age, I may go to one myself. I'm thinking about it. All right, what should we shoot? But those of us still in our 30s, we still have pretty good eyesight. we can pick off a red plate over there. Maybe. Got him. Let's try the one on the right. Yeah. Now when I get to 40, I'll probably have to just shoot the gong like that, right there. I'll have to reserve most of my shooting for gigantic targets. All right, let's try the 2 liters here. Clean them up, Mr. Cowboy. I'm gonna put one right in your hat. Yeah, pretty cool. I like this. These are fun to shoot. I don't know how long you've been shooting because I don't know you. I don't even know if you're watching right now. But if you shoot much, you know what I'm talking about. When you pick up a firearm with a really good trigger, there's just something special. Because there's so many firearms that have an average trigger or they have a heavy trigger. Some polymer pistols like Glock, some of them have a horrible trigger. Others aren't too bad. Some are plenty crisp and some are just horrible. But you've probably felt enough average and to below average triggers that when you pick up something with a nice clean break and even a light break like this, you just want to keep firing it. You really do. I remember that with the PPQ. So do I have another? Can I? Oh, I do have another one. Okay. Oh yeah, that's out of the, that has an FN on the bottom. So that goes to this pistol. Yeah. And y'all know I like the FN. That's really, really great. And it feels good too. This thing feels great. I'll say one thing, I don't know if I mentioned this anyway in the compact video, but one thing I noticed, you recall I had them all standing up just like I did these, comparing and everything. The Walther compact is a little bit bigger than the Glock 19. And if you're one of those people who just can't stand not to have enough grip for your little finger, your pinky finger, I meant to mention there, if I didn't, that the compact version of this really does, at least for me, I'm able to have my little finger on, and you can see on this one, I've got room to spare. I'm able to have my little finger full on the grip on the compact version of this. Okay, and I've got big hands, as you know. So for those of you shopping and when considering this, and you have a problem with maybe even the Glock 19 size gun having big enough grip, don't automatically default to the full size like this one, because you definitely want to try the compact version of this, because you might find that it's plenty big for your hand, because it is bigger than a Glock 19. All right, I kind of find the same to be true for the FN 509, to tell you the truth. So you do get more rounds, of course, 17 or 18 rounds in your magazine, but these will work in the compact version, so you can get, and there'll be more magazines available, I'm sure. Okay, so and then also, of course, this is really set up for a red dot sight. And again, one of the things about it, this little lip down here, they will tell you, Walther will tell you, and I guess it's true, that one of the problems with pulling up a red dot sight on a handgun is finding the red dot, right? And supposedly that helps you if you squeeze it down just a little bit. That's supposed to help you find that red dot. Okay, I don't have as much experience shooting red dots on pistols, and so I'm as far away from being an expert in that as anybody can be. Let's see, I don't know, man, 1 or 2 I had fired. I think it was on the Hellcat, wasn't it? I had one with a red dot on it, and I never did fully get used to it, but I shot it enough to realize that you could get used to it and shoot it well. But I've not really gotten that far. Like I say, I'll probably remain an iron sight person as long as I can see the iron sights. And with my astigmatism, I have some problems with actual red dots anyway. Sometimes they're bigger than they ought to be, or they're I see double, one on top of the other, and everything else. So with a defensive pistol, it's just not that big an issue, up close and dirty, right? So anyway, yeah, I loaded another mag, didn't I? Yeah, I got by with that. Because you just want to shoot these things. Grip is great, and I pointed out on the compact model, the grip is really grippy and ambidextrous slide lock. Mag release that can be switched over, and these break down just like a that G-L-O-C-K word that you don't like me to use. They break down very, very simply. They're well made. Walther, does a good job. Use your rails, and just a fine pistol. It's one that you need to check out. And that's the beauty of all the rental ranges now. Places you can go try out these handguns, rent them. It's well worth the money to rent one and shoot it, because it's hard to tell. Just by looking at them, watching videos, it's hard to tell even picking them up in a gun shop or a gun show and feel, yeah, that one feels great. It might be, and then you pick up another one and that feels okay, but I think I like the feel of this one better. But as you get them back on the actual range firing live ammo, you might realize, well, that one I didn't think felt quite as good. Feels fine when I shoot it, and I can actually shoot it better. And when I bring it up, I'm right on target or something. So it really does help to shoot them if you possibly can. And speaking of that, why don't we do that? All right. Okay. Last mag. Oh, I hate to let it go. All right. How about a couple of tree limbs? And I think I'm going to shoot the buffalo. It may not knock it over, but I just want to wake him up. That did knock him over. Let's knock over his buddy. I guess he's his buddy. That sheep, they were rubbing noses, weren't they? They looked rather intimate, put it that way. Is there anything on top of that barrel? Maybe a little bit of cinder. Yeah, I think so. So this one has not malfunctioned inside or outside the video. The compact never did malfunction inside or outside the video either. Okay, so the reliability seems to be there, and we may not put as many rounds through these, testing them during the ammo apocalypse, but we shoot them a fair amount, and it's a little bit like an FN or a Walther. Most of these polymer pistols made these days, you're not going to have many malfunctions. If you do, there's something wrong with the pistol. Brilliant deduction, right? I mean, wrong with the specific, like the extractor is broken or something like that, or the magazine spring is bad. There's going to be a definite reason for that, because most of them they just crank on. Okay. These designs have matured to the point where if you're a gun maker and you're making a pistol like this, whether it's a Smith & Wesson or a Glock, an FN, whoever it is, Walther, and you're not pretty close to 100% reliable, what are you doing? You're not going to compete in the market, are you? Because they just tend to be very, very reliable. Gun makers have figured out how to do that. I haven't, but they have, okay? Because I have shot a lot of them, and they just keep on cranking reliably. So it's great time to be alive and be a shooter, isn't it? So pretty cool pistol, and just like the compact, I'll link to that video. In fact, this is the exact same slide that was on the compact. This one's just a little bit longer. It'll handle that longer magazine, and all the same features, and just a pretty nice pistol. If I were to buy one, this one great, feels good, shoots well. I would buy the compact. I like a little smaller gun anyway, and like I said, I can get my whole hand on that grip on the compact. So I would recommend you check it out before you buy the large version. But now, I can see this being pretty popular in some, I guess, classes or categories for competition, USPSA, whatever, because just as a stock gun, I don't know how many other guns out there are going to have a trigger this good. And that's one of the things a lot of competitors go for. Just a kind of a competition gun, because you generally will get a nicer trigger. But man, these things have a great trigger about it. So I'm gonna let you go. Just wanted to bring the full size Walther PDP to you, and I knew you'd want to see it. So we appreciate you all supporting everybody that supports us, and mostly we appreciate y'all coming out and enjoying these fine firearms with us. Life is good.
Tired. It's a long walk from where I had to shoot that. Oh man. Oh hey, didn't see you guys there. Since you're here, I want to let you know about our friends over at Talon Grips and Ballistol. TalonGunGrips.com. Check out everything they have over there. You can get lots of different grips, the stick-on grip textures for your handguns and rifle grips, so go check them out. Also Ballistol, they're a firearms lubricant or anything else you might need lubricating. It's water soluble and non-toxic. Been using it on the compound and cleaning all of our guns. It's a cleaner and a lube for over 10 years. So Ballistol, Talon Grips, definitely check both of those companies out. And also, while you're on the internet, don't forget to go to hickok45.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Hickok45, Twitter, Hickok45, Instagram, The Real Hickok45, and also I have an Instagram page where I post behind the scenes stuff and different things like that. John, JOHN_HICKOK45 on Instagram. And the next thing you have to do is watch more videos.